Imagine this. You walk into a nice cafe, the place looks clean, the staff are smiling, and you order your favorite drink. A few minutes later, you're sipping from a glass that looks perfectly normal. But here's a question most people never ask. Who used this cup before me? And was it truly clean? It's a simple thought, but it opens the door to a much bigger conversation about hygiene, disease transmission, and how everyday habits can affect your health in ways you might not expect. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that is often misunderstood, sometimes exaggerated, but always important. Can diseases spread through cups in hotels, cafes, and restaurants? And if yes, how worried should you really be? Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll know the real risks, not the myths, which diseases can actually spread this way, and simple, smart habits to protect yourself without living in fear. Before we talk about cups specifically, we need to understand something fundamental. How do germs spread from one person to another? There are several main routes: direct contact, like shaking hands or kissing; airborne transmission through coughing or sneezing; food and water contamination; surface transmission, touching contaminated objects. Cups fall into the surface transmission category, but with a twist. Because cups come into contact with your mouth, they can carry saliva, which may contain viruses or bacteria. So the real question becomes, can those germs survive on a cup long enough to infect someone else? The answer is sometimes, but not always. Here's the good news. In most hotels, cafes, and restaurants, dishes are cleaned using hot water, strong detergents, and commercial dishwashers with high temperatures. These conditions are designed to kill bacteria and viruses effectively. In fact, proper dishwashing is one of the most reliable ways to prevent disease transmission. But, and this is important, not all places maintain the same standards. Risk increases when cups are rinsed instead of properly washed, water temperature is too low, staff do not follow hygiene practices, and there is cross-contamination during handling. So the issue is not the cup itself, it's how well it was cleaned.
Let's get specific. What kinds of diseases could theoretically spread through shared or poorly cleaned cups? 1. Respiratory infections. These include the common cold, flu-like illnesses. If someone drinks from a cup while infected, tiny droplets of saliva may remain. If the next person uses the same unwashed cup, there is a small chance of transmission. However, these viruses don't survive long on surfaces, and proper washing eliminates them. 2. Oral infections. Certain viruses live in the mouth and can spread through saliva. For example, cold sores, oral herpes. If someone has an active sore and uses a cup, the virus could transfer. But again, only if the cup is not properly cleaned. 3. Gastrointestinal infections. This is where the risk becomes more serious. Diseases that affect the stomach and intestines can be spread through contaminated food, water, or surfaces. Examples include infections caused by bacteria like salmonella, viruses affecting the digestive system. These are often linked to poor hygiene practices, especially improper hand washing. 4. Hepatitis A. This is one of the most commonly misunderstood risks. Hepatitis A spreads through what's called the fecal-oral route. That means an infected person doesn't wash their hands properly after using the bathroom. They touch food, utensils, or cups. Another person consumes contaminated items. So yes, a contaminated cup could theoretically transmit hepatitis A, but only under poor hygiene conditions. What about hepatitis B and C? Here's where many people get confused. Hepatitis B and C are not spread through cups, food, or casual contact. They require blood-to-blood contact or specific body fluid transmission. So drinking from the same glass as someone else will not transmit these infections. Let's be clear and balanced. The overall risk is low. Why? Because most establishments follow hygiene standards. Dishwashing processes are effective, and many germs don't survive long outside the body. In reality, you are far more likely to get sick from contaminated food, poor hand hygiene, and close contact with sick individuals, rather than from a properly washed cup. Even though the risk is low, there are situations where you should be more cautious. Watch out for visible dirt, stains, or lipstick marks on cups, sticky or cloudy glass surfaces, bad smells from utensils, or poor overall cleanliness in the environment. Staff handling food or dishes carelessly. These are signs that hygiene standards might not be properly followed. You don't need to live in fear, but you can be smart. Here are simple habits that make a big difference. 1. Inspect before you drink. Take a quick look at your cup. It takes seconds but can prevent problems. 2. Trust clean environments. Choose places that look organized and hygienic. 3. Don't hesitate to ask for a new glass. This is your health. You have every right to ask. 4. Prefer sealed bottled drinks when unsure, especially in unfamiliar places. 5. Wash your hands regularly. This is still the most powerful protection against infection.
Let's clear up some misconceptions. Myth 1. All shared cups are dangerous. False. Most are perfectly safe. Myth 2. You can easily get hepatitis from a glass. False. Only certain types and only in poor hygiene conditions. Myth 3. Restaurants don't clean properly. Also false. Most follow strict regulations. Sometimes fear comes from not understanding the full picture. When we hear about diseases, we imagine worst-case scenarios, but health is about balance, not paranoia. Being informed helps you stay safe, avoid unnecessary anxiety, and make smarter decisions. So what's the takeaway? Yes, diseases can spread through contaminated cups in rare situations, but in most cases, especially in places with proper hygiene, the risk is very low. Your best protection is not fear, it's awareness and simple habits. Next time you pick up a cup in a cafe or hotel, you don't need to panic. Just be observant, be informed, and make smart choices. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who cares about their health, because knowledge is the best defense against disease. Stay safe, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.